Take two. I just pushed the banks back from son of a gun. I just lost all that footage. Man, I apologize. Well, we're pushing banks back today. We just got a big storm that's still going on. There's a good freaking shove it. Son of a gun, I can't believe I just lost all that footage. Well, so I guess I'm going to be a, jeez, man, that pisses me off. So we're pushing banks back, doing the shoulders of the road. We're about 4 to 6 foot off the yellow line in the middle, where the light is right about the fog light, which is on the inside of the headlight, and the bulldog on the hood. In between there is where the yellow line rides. We've got about a foot of snow over the last couple hours, and I've got about a foot and a half to 2 foot in the shoulders, and I'm cleaning up right now. And unfortunately, like I said, I lost all that frickin' footage, so I'm doing a little test here by going to the left and the right with the sun visor, seeing if you guys can see anything on that left side. I don't know if it'll come through or not for me, but you can see the old furrow coming off the side. We should be able to. But, yeah, man, my voice is all dry and everything else now. I don't know what to talk about. That's really everything that I talked about pertains to the upper end. Huh. Not expect for that to happen. Hopefully it's recording now. If it's not, I give up for tonight. Nothing I can do. Had some action that y'all missed. Freaking had a guy just like this, but out on his John Deere tractor. He's going down a hill. While I was freaking recording, I saw him, and he was plowing. He had a full head of steam, and I was coming around a blind corner, and he just barely stopped right before catching my wing. So, man, that was exciting. I was really excited to rewatch that, to actually see what the frick happened. And it's gone. It's gone. So, like I said, we're plowing. Back into it here after I get down this hill. This is a nerve-wracking hill here. This is a tire chain hill normally. Put the salt down at 450 pounds per lane mile just on this hill. Every single time. I don't care if the road's wet. This is the hill that we had an accident on. The ambulance that arrived at the accident ended up sliding down the hill, hitting the fire truck, and then the plow truck that was supposed to, salt the road, take care of the road for the rest of the emergency services, to be able to, ended up going down the hill sideways, hitting the ambulance and the fire truck. So that is what I call nerve-wracking hill. Then we got these guys that got frickin' garbage pails right side of the road, which we discussed, and how instead of hitting them, I get out of my truck and I physically move them into the yard. Not to incriminate myself, of course, but you do it at a very, very, very slow speed, and you won't knock them over, you won't hit them, you won't blow them apart. And we went over guardrails, which we are now not riding, because when you ride the guardrails, it does damage to the guardrail and the plow, but it's the only way to get the snow underneath or on top of the guardrail. So it's just, there's so much. Oh, somebody got that freaking cable. Son of a gun. Not a cable. There's one thing I can't stand is cable guardrail. Just a freaking mess. Hi, buddy. Who's talking to me? Come on. Speak up, or I'm going to turn you off. Okay. I don't want to hear you no more. Here, buddy, here's some snow. I know you'll love it. Oh, boy. I'm sorry if I sound annoyed in this video, guys. I just had to be an hour and a half on top of the half hour that I had in the loader 10 minutes before I just made that video. So I do apologize. The snow is really tapering down. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. And they're saying in another 3 to 4 hours it's supposed to completely stop, so that'll be nice. So, this on my right hand side, which you don't hear me riding right now by accident, is cable guardrail. It's three cables. Supposedly it looks rustic. This right here is box beam. Box beam, you're not supposed to ride. I do. It's the only way to get the snow behind it, and you're not supposed to. I don't know why I do it, but it works. You don't have this issue right here, which is snow on top of the box beam. There's a frickin', I gotta be careful in here. There's a concrete bump in there. Yeah, right there. Okay, we missed it. Somebody frickin' bled my shoulders. Them dorks. Alright, so cable guardrail is, you got your posts are every 4 to 6 foot. Normally, sometimes they can be spread at the 8. And they serve the same purpose. Really, more or less, it cuts the car and it drags it to a screeching halt. And it's the only purpose of the uprights isn't to support in any way, shape, or form. It's to keep the cable up. Because as soon as you hit them uprights, they bend out of the way. So the cable actually keeps you inside. Normally, so you can break them. We've broken a couple. But like I said, there's 3 different cables. Look at this freaking mess. Boys, come on. How am I supposed to? I'm gonna have to bench that. So the cable is held onto the post with 3 J-bolts. And what they are a J. The curve of the J hugs the cable. The top of the J goes through the post, and they are nutted. They got a little stopper on the inside of the threads, and you go to that stopper to the post, or you put the stopper to the post, you nut the back side of them, and they stay upright. They're meant to bend and break when impact happens, so they're soft. However, when you smack them with a wing, or if you ride it, the cable will actually drag you in deeper because it's friction, and you'll break the J-bolts off, which will have your cable sag, which we've got a lot of saggy cables because cars have hit them or plows have hit them. So everything feels like deja vu here now. We're in deep here. Okay. Got off the road pretty good there. These guys that are behind me are freaking riding on my butt. They don't know that half of my truck is in the shoulder of the road, or off the blacktop. So if they go any more left or right, well, my wing is basically in the ditch. So just imagine. It's like I said, that guy right before me had been the center of the road. And this guy, buddy, you stuck? Yeah. Maybe stuck. No, you're not stuck. Okay, you're just pulling my chain here. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see. Make it happen. See my freaking pitch. Wow. We got some snow here to push. I really wish I had my camera set up better for y'all. I need to get it set up on top of the radio. That way you guys can just watch that wing. The old wing thing. Currently at 16 miles an hour, pushing a full furrow of snow off this shoulder, which I'm going to have to go back through and clean up one more time just to get back to where I need to be, because it's too much. It's actually pushing me back into the center of the road. So absolutely everything in my power to get it back where it should be here. Luckily for these mile markers, I know I'm supposed to be I know I am about 4 to 6 inches off of them, so I can reference that when I come back through to get my banking back here. I really wish I could get this guy off my ass. Find out what line I'm on, but he's so freaking close I can't see a dang thing behind him. There we go. Thank you, Cheesehead. V-Ride, yeah. Commuter van. Go home. Leave us alone. I don't know if I said this about 6-8 times now. Seems like I have with the videos screwing up. I don't know if they're getting corrupted. Maybe I did have it working, but somehow it got corrupted. Or I ran out of storage space, which just may happen again. But the weather forecast was calling for 5 to 10 inches, 5 to 8 inches. 5 to 8 inches. In the AM, and another 5 to 8 inches in the PM. This storm started around 11:30-ish. I made the loader video at 2:10. Now we're at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock. In that loader video, we had well over half a foot. Now we're dealing with maybe a foot. So it's the total's gonna be about right, but as far as morning and afternoon, I don't think they were planning on getting all this snow in a 4 to 6 hour period. So it's definitely making it interesting. I'm glad I can actually see getting started here, because I'm going to need these banks to see during the night. It's even harder when you've got overhead lights on and you're looking down. I've got to get over a couple more feet, but I'm not going to bother with it at this point. I'm going to have to do it again on my next trip after he does the center line. So that's what happens here. I'm kind of getting into everything that I had discussed earlier, and like I said, I don't mean to sound short, but it feels like I'm having to repeat myself to somebody that's not listening. Well, it's only because I don't know if the video is actually recording, and due to the fact that I am plowing snow, I can't mess with the phone. I'm not going to mess with the phone, so if I move the sun visor, it's just to move the sun visor. But so I kind of got to take a guess and say that it's recording right now. But the first trip you do is the center of the road. You find that yellow line. The second trip normally, the way I do it is you do the shoulder. You take all that crap. This freaking guy is. Never mind. You take all that snow that you got from the middle of that road, and you push it off, especially at big storms like this. If you don't push it off and you continuously do that middle, your road's not good. It doesn't break as well. It doesn't break as well, and then you've got a huge furrow on that white fog strip that it's going to take you the remainder of the night just to try to clean up a little bit at a time. So I like to take a little bit of it and do it every other trip. Now granted, these guys in the AM, they really only knocked out the center of the road, but like I said, they were only plowing for about 3 hours prior to us coming in. Like I said, it started around 1:30 or 11:30, and he was happy. Oh, that sucks. And we changed out at 1:30, so oh, he was pissed. Just got it all blown out and had my ass come through there, and oh man, I do apologize, but we're gonna be doing that all night, pal, so you might want to move where it's warmer if you don't like it. But I'll wave to you, even though you're flipping me off. I thought he was waving, but it wasn't. It was just a one-fingered wave. Oh, man. Oh, well. The thing that the public forgets is, well, I mean, I guess I know people that plow their own road, but when I go home, I don't have a plow driver that cares or should care that I've got to go home and open up my driveway because he's been plowing it in all night. You know, it's not like we do it out of spite or trying to be dickheads. I just, if anything, he's got a jump on me. I'm looking at another 10 hours, 3 hours, so 10 to 13 hours in the seat, and then I get to go home and do my driveway. So, I mean, I guess you can get all pissed off about it, but it's kind of funny to get pissed off about it. There's a mailbox right here. Like I had mentioned, you know, it's not that we hit mailboxes generally. We can, and I have. But a lot of times, what happens is this snow is so freaking heavy that it'll actually bend the mailbox right over to a 45. And a lot of times that's more or less what happens. It'll take boxes right off the post. And I've taken posts right out of the ground doing the wing. Not intentionally, I promise, but it was just one of them tired nights. And hi, buddy. He wasn't all that happy. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes me with this job at all. It's a perfect job for me. I don't know. Somebody gets stuck in here? Oh yeah. Looks like I might have hit a frickin'... I don't know if there's a... Huh. Might have been a fire hydrant in there. I see the marker for one, but I didn't... I don't know. So all this through here, this is all cable guardrail. So I try to get as close as I can without hitting it. And that's about all you can do. After an accident, we'll be productive and get all the snow off of it, but Unless there's an accident, we really just kind of shrug it off, to be completely honest. Just kind of sounded bitter, but sorry. I really probably shouldn't have done that, but I should have just shoved it all in there. I'm going to have to on the next trip, and she won't be out there, but I feel bad for the girl. I'll let her feel good, get this half hour of, well, about an hour and a half worth of, feels good. I'm going to come back through the next time. I'll have to push that whole big clod back in there, which I don't mean to do, but once again, it's got to get out of the freaking lane. But why people feel, that's kind of what I was talking about with the trash cans. People feel obligated, especially through here. I've noticed it's populated, a lot more populated than the rest of the road. But they will put their trash cans in the lane, on the white line, and then in a snowstorm, what the frick are we to do? You know, we're gonna blow the can over, but not only will I blow the can over, I will push the can back into your yard by walking it, of course. And don't get that confused. This is W-beam. This isn't box beam, it's actually W-beam, which I don't believe is legal anymore. It may be, but there's something with W-beam and not, it's just failure, I guess. I don't know. Something with W-beam. It's not like a square tube. It actually does like a little seat, like an M&M or a M&M, like a McDonald's symbol. They call it a W-beam. Looks like a W, but like a seagull. You know. I don't know if it crumbles or if it's prone to rust or what, but it's actually with nothing we touch anymore. I don't know if we have to replace that stuff or what happens if there's a contract. Look at the freaking snow, man. That's awesome. Whoosh. Hopefully nobody shoveled their sidewalk yet. Actually, I think they snow blow these. There's the freaking cool. I was wondering if I was going to hit the... hit the curb. There's actually a curb in here, and if you're lucky you can ride on that curb. But if you jump it, you got to watch out because it'll jump right into a mailbox. Little Tundra. Oh no, my wing was folding the whole time. There's so much snow that it was tripped. Son of a gun, I didn't even pick up